Welcome to the final KELOLAND Sports Zone of the winter season. I'm Sean Bauer alongside Tanner Castora.
Spots in the Class A and Boys B's SODAC 16 were up for grabs tonight, but we begin in AA girls hoops where the teams were looking to punch their tickets to next week's state tournament.
The Washington girls earned the top seed in AA. They hosted Brookings tonight. Early going, Washington junior Jackalango Wenentonda pulling up at the elbow and rattling in the jumper. She had 10 points on the night. Warriors out front 8-0. A few possessions later, Brookings finally gets on the board as Allie Clark spots up from deep and swish. That ended a 12-0 Washington run to begin the game. But ensuing Warriors possession, Brooklyn Harp's jumper won't go, but Sydney Shetton fighting for the board. And then the putback. She had a game-high 17 points. Warriors led by 10 after one. And they'll be the top seed next week at the Sanford Pentagon, punching their ticket to state 63-30 over Brookings. Second seeded Aberdeen Central, also a big winner tonight, cruising past Spearfish 70-35. Brooklyn Kusler paced the Golden Eagles with a game-high 30 points. She was a perfect 11 from the field on the night.
The Harrisburg girls looking to punch their ticket to state against Sturgis. Opening corner, Sydney Altenberg penetrates and kicks to a wide-open Kaylee Timmer, who splashes home a three. For the game's first bucket, Harrisburg with an early advantage. Later in the first, the Harrisburg lead was 10-0 when Kaylee Watley asks for it in the post, and then finishes off the window, putting Sturgis on the board. But the very next Harrisburg trip down the court. This time it's Timmer creating for her teammates. She finds Emily Boyer for the lay-in. Boyer had 16 and 11 on the night as the Tigers run away with this one 63-49, qualifying for their 9th straight state tournament. Crosstown rivals O'Gorman and Lincoln met in the SODAC 16. O'Gorman led by 19 at the half. Early third quarter, Bergen Riley spins and lays it in, and the Knights' lead would grow to 23. How about this play from Mariah Seam? She goes behind the back, then crosses over and finishes through the contact for the and one. The Patriots trying to keep it close, but Hannah Reinsick caught fire in the final minute and change of the third quarter. She knocked down 3 straight 3 balls. The junior finished with 14 points, and the Knights earned their way to another state tournament with a big win at home, 58-20.
Over at the Corn Palace, Mitchell and Watertown battle for a state tournament berth. Tie game early. Adea Plastow pushes ahead to Avia Haley in transition. She'll lay that in off the glass for 2 of her game-high 14 points. Colonels led by 2 early. Watertown starting to fall behind when they feed Maggie Heesh in the paint. We're going to throw this in as she tallied 11 points on the night, but the Arrows trail 11-4 after 1. Then in the second, the Colonels starting to pull away as they'll give it to Plastow. She's going to knock down the baseline jumper. She added 7 points on the night. Colonels up 10 at that point, and Mitchell secures its state tournament berth with a 50-33 win over Watertown. 5 teams moving on to state, 3 spots left to fill. Find out who's heading to the AA Girls State Tournament next. After falling to Class A #1 St. Thomas More by 3, the Rapid City Stevens girls responded with 4 straight wins to finish their season, earning the 6th seed in the AA playoffs. Tonight, the Raiders welcome Pierre to town for a spot in the state tournament. Opening quarter, Stevens getting out in transition as they'll feed Jaden Matkins underneath. Count the bucket plus the fouls. The Raiders out to an early 5-0 lead. They kept their foot on the gas in the first quarter. Bailey Sobczak with the anticipation to come up with the steal. She's taken that all the way for 2 of her game-high 13. Raiders up 16-1 at that point. They led 19-1 after 1. Second quarter, more of the same from the home team. Kennedy Rising with the feed to Jada McNabb on the beautiful backdoor cut. She tallied 12. Raiders started the game on a 29-1 run, and they advanced to the state tourney 49-34 over Pierre.
In the live stream game of the week, Brandon Valley hosted Roosevelt in the SODAC 16. First quarter, Talia Hayes drives and kicks out to Sierra Watkins, who connects on the triple. Rough Riders off to a strong start, up 7-2. A few minutes later, the Lynx finally find a spark when Hillary Behrens goes behind the back, then takes it to the hoop. For the bucket plus the foul, she led all scorers with 21. The Lynx trailed by just 5 after 1. In the second half, Brandon Valley beginning to pull away. India Bradfield goes coast to coast for the lay-in. The Lynx led by 15 at that point, and they go on to win 62-49 as the 2019 champs are heading back to the state tournament to defend their title.
And number 9, Rapid City Central outlasted 8th seed Huron 44-43 in the last SODAC 16 matchup. Cobblers heading back to the state tournament for the first time since 2018. Jordan Heckert had a game-high 18 points in the Cobblers' victory. SODAC 16 spots were up for grabs in both Class A and B boys hoops. We'll have highlights from a pair of games next. The Dakota Valley and T area boys opened their seasons against each other, with the Panthers picking up an 11-point road victory over the Titans. The two cross pass again tonight, this time for a spot in the Class A SODAC 16. First quarter, DV gets it going first. Chase Montaigne with the three from the corner, as that gave the Panthers the early lead. Titans respond with some three-point shooting of their own, though, as the ball works its way to Austin Lake, and he's burying that one from deep as T shrinks the Panther lead to 1. But Paul Brunn's got it going from mid-range. Two quick jumpers from him puts his team up after the first quarter. In the second, the Titans keeping the threes coming. This time, KELOLAND from the top of the key. Count it. That brings us back to a tie ball game at 30 apiece. T-Area had the threes, but so did DV. Sam Faldmo hitting the tray. That gives his team the lead. And the Panthers moving on to the SODAC 16 with a 64-58 win.
In Class B boys hoops, PLATTE-GEDDES and GREGORY met out at the Corn Palace. Under a minute to go in the third, Panthers kick it to Kelby Vanderwerf in the corner, who buries a three ball. The Black Panthers up 54-25 through 3. Into the fourth we go. The Panthers work it around the perimeter and find Vanderwerf again, who drives baseline for the easy 2. And the Panthers push their lead to 31. But GREGORY showing some fight. Daniel Mitchell pulls up from the free throw line, knocks down the mid-range jumper. He finished with a team-high 17, but this one was all PLATTE-GEDDES as they go on to win by a final of 62-33.
The weekend sports schedule and powerhouse plays are next.